Hello my lovely Leos, welcome to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? This is going to be a general tarot love reading for Leo in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate fully with every single person who comes across it. Please always take what does resonate for you and leave what doesn't for somebody else. This is a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it. Well, when I'm saying this is how you feel about someone, this is how they feel about you, or whatever I'm describing, if you feel like it resonates the other way around with the roles reversed, just reverse the roles, that's absolutely fine. If you're new to the channel, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. I really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of tarot readers out there on YouTube, and if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for all your amazing support, my gorgeous Leos. So I'm going to get straight into a spread for you today. We're going to be asking specific questions about you and the person who's coming through in this reading and what's going on with the connection between the two of you, and I'll get lots of detail. So let's get straight into it. The top 6 cards for Leo, please. For Leo, the top 6 cards. All right. Oof. Damn. Straight out of the gate. Leo, what's going on? Oh. Oh, Lord. All right. At the bottom of the first deck, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay, I mean, from the first layer, it looks like you guys might have had a blow-up recently, some sort of conflict, which is it's looking like the connection has come to an end. Whether that's the case or not, we will see. But you may well have had a argument with this person recently, or some sort of blow up, basically. Now with the 2 of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, underneath that the Justice and the Page of Pentacles, this is someone kind of ignoring the other person in terms of kind of reaching out after that blow up for someone to kind of reach out with an olive branch to get the lines of communication reopening, to maybe try and make things right, or to address what was said, or to kind of redress the balance in the connection between the two of you. Either someone is ignoring that, like that they could do that, but they are choosing not to do that and to just look in a different direction and be like, I don't want to even think about, like, this is someone stubbornly being like, no, no, I don't feel like I need to talk to them. No, I don't feel like I need to try and make anything right. Like, no, whatever, whoever, I'm not even thinking about them. It could be that, or otherwise it's the fact that with the 2 of Swords also can talk about being blocked. And so someone can't send that message to get the lines of communication reopening because the message won't be delivered. I'm getting more the former of someone choosing to ignore the situation, the person, to avoid having to deal with the conflict, but we will see. All right, so let's get the second layer. So the top 6 cards for Leo, please. Anyone who hasn't been here before, I get 3 layers for the spread using 3 different decks, and then I will go through the spread with you and clarify if needed. So with the top 6 cards again for Leo, please. 6 of Wands just threw itself at me. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay. All right. The 5 of Pentacles is on the spread twice already. I've only got 6 cards from 2 decks so far, but anyway, okay. The bottom of the second deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Justice is under there again, but a little bit further down. So Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Chariot, and Justice. Let's see what that is about. Page of Pentacles is at the other end of the deck. So repeating cards there. The Ace of Pentacles talks about a new opportunity. And the Page of Swords is like someone getting a message through. I just kind of got this, like what popped into my head was like someone being headhunted for a new opportunity. This could be completely separate to this love connection, but I'm kind of seeing like someone wanting to offer something to someone, as in offer a new beginning. And it's kind of fair and rewarding for that person to receive that offer. It's kind of an offer that they deserve to receive. But with that Page of Swords energy, it's like someone, this is why I'm getting that headhunting energy of like someone trying to make that offer without the whole world knowing. So this could even be something that you're going to be looking into, or either receiving an offer or trying to arrange a new start for yourself, Leo, but you're doing so without making it like shouting about it or making everyone aware of your business, of what you're doing about arranging that new beginning for yourself or receiving that offer from someone else. See, at the other end of the deck is that Page of Pentacles, as I said, and then we have the Six of Swords. So it's that message. It's like it's a message which means that someone departs, but it would be like being out at a party. What is that phrase? Is it Irish exit? We leave without telling everyone, saying goodbye to anyone. You just turn around and be like, hey, was so and so here? Oh, they must have gone without saying bye. But it's like you receiving a message from someone about that opportunity, and then you're gone. And people didn't even know you were leaving, kind of thing. Or this is obviously vice versa. This is what's happening with someone else. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's get the third layer for your spread, Leo. It could be that that's what someone did to you, in terms of they were arranging a new offer, they were arranging to start a job, maybe, elsewhere. But for whatever reason, they knew that it was going to cause upset, so they just didn't tell you about it, and they just arranged it on the down low and did a disappearing act. Now, if that's the case, then there's this sense of they're not facing what they chose to do. I mean, very much someone who, I mean, if this is you, don't take offense, because I have friends who do this to me, or friends who do this in general, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person. But that whole approach to like leaving a party or a social gathering or whatever without saying goodbye, it's very foreign to me for a start. But also it's a little bit of like, you know, slipping away without having to face other people's reactions, whether they're like, oh no, stay for a bit longer, or no, we don't want you to go, we'll get you a drink or whatever, or being like, oh, you're fucking out already, you know, Mr. or Mrs. like party pooper, or you're leaving or whatever. I don't know, it's just like, it's kind of, it is a way to avoid dealing with other people's emotions about a situation, and that's kind of what I'm getting, but maybe on like a grander scale of like someone was doing that with a relationship, that they were slipping away without, the Eight of Cups just tried to jump out of the deck, as I was saying about slipping away into the night there, without actually having to face the consequences. Obviously there'll still be consequences, but this way they don't have to face it. But the Two of Swords as well. Alright, I've been talking a lot. Let's get the top 6 cards one more time for Leo, please. Alright. Okay. All right. The bottom of the third deck, Leo, we have the Star card, which is Aquarius's major arcana. So this, underneath the Star is the Five of Swords, the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Swords again, and the Page of Swords is underneath the Two of Swords. Now, the Star is kind of hoping that being optimistic when everything is telling you that there's no reason to be optimistic. It's like someone's still holding the faith, or for some reason someone is in this situation is still believing that it is possible for this situation to improve, for there to be a light at the end of the tunnel, for that, even if things look really bleak right now, and then we've got the Five of Swords underneath us, that is two people not talking to each other, silent treatment. Also can be the silence after a conflict, where someone said something which was brutal, below the belt, or, someone just made their feelings very known, maybe like a burst of anger or disappointment or whatever, but after what that was said, silence. Someone's still holding out hope in this situation, but there is definitely this sense of if it could be with the Moon that someone is keeping the fact that they still have hope, they're keeping that to themselves. They're not making it known to the other person, that they're still kind of hoping that the two of them can reconcile in some way. With that Ace of Cups, like there can be a renewal of the connection, there can be another chance. But I mean, Two of Swords and Page of Swords and the Devil underneath that, Lord. This is kind of giving me that with that Two of Swords, it could be that what I was saying at the start, that they're just having to watch with the Devil and the Page of Swords, that is like trying to find out information about someone from a distance, or kind of even to the point of obsessively trying to investigate, see what's going on in their world. Whether that's online, it's probably online these days. No one does traditional stalking anymore. No, I'm joking. But, it's just our lives are so much more accessible, unfortunately, now due to the internet, that this is probably going on online, that someone is trying to see what they've got going on, what they're up to, what their movements are, etc. Very to the point of addiction, of checking in maybe about what this person is doing, because that person is ignoring them, or is not communicating with them, maybe has blocked them, as I said. So whoever is holding out hope here, that although things were left on a very sour note and communication is not happening and they're being ignored, that there is still a possibility for this connection. So let's get into the spread, Leo. How you're feeling about this person. We have the Five of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Lordy, Leo, I haven't seen that combination. I can't remember the last time I've ever seen this. It's also interesting because you see how so the fives talk about challenges in the minor arcana, and you see how the Five of Wands card from different decks is like this kind of pink hue, and the Five of Pentacles is this person cast out into the wilderness, if you like, being pushed out and abandoned, but the inside of where this person's been pushed out from is lit up with this pink hue. I've never said that before because I've never seen these two cards in this spread, in this combination like this before, but it's striking me now that the fact that it's very clear there was this blow up, there was a conflict between the two of you. As a result, someone got shunted out of the connection, metaphorically. Could have literally been thrown out of an apartment or a home or something following a blowout. With the Six of Cups, obviously the six follows on from the five. It's can we make up? Can we kiss and make up? Can we reconcile? Can I come back into your life? Can I come back into the warmth that I've been pushed out from? And it's someone trying to do a sweet gesture to be able to return. It's also talking about, I just did Virgo, very different message coming through, but this card was in exactly the same place. So if you have any Virgo in your chart, this person does, you might want to check that out, but you don't have to. But anyway, this can also talk about the fact that although this happened, there is an element still of reminiscing on the good times and potentially missing this person. Potentially, even if it's, you know, not something you want to admit with this combination, because this is ghastly. This is like shit hitting the fan, basically. And as a result, we're now in a very dire situation when it comes to this connection. So I just want to use the classic Rider Waite. Just give me a little bit more clarity for this. What happened with the Five of Wands? What was this about? What was the issue here? Okay, so the Two of Pentacles came out and it actually landed crossing the Ace of Pentacles from the bottom of the second deck like that. So that kind of, it could be that whoever this is to you, Leo, they were weighing up your connection versus the Ace of Pentacles opportunity that they were being offered. Can I have both? Maybe not. Maybe one is in contrary, is a direct, I can't remember the word, but direct, like at odds with the connection with Leo. I can't have both kind of thing. Wow, my gosh. Okay, guys. Yeah, I love these moments. So when anyone is like, oh, I don't really believe in tarot, I'm like, okay, I got the videos. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. That is some quick, impulsive action. And then the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. And then, oh, I didn't even see that. Holy crap. So I was going to say the Six of Cups is there, the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. But then underneath the Six of Cups is the Five of Wands. Look at that. It's... I'm going to save this as a snippet for any time anyone tells me they don't believe in tarot. Okay, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups. It's a completely different deck and I just shuffled it once. And then the same three cards are there. Wow. But the, so Knight of Swords. I feel like someone had a decision to make about an opportunity that was at odds with this connection for some reason. And they made a very impulsive choice. And as a result, that led to the connection going cold, the connection was abandoned because of this decision. You might both think about each other, but it might also be now that something that's been relegated to the past because of the fact that they abandoned this connection. So can you tell me anything? Oh my gosh, there, yeah. Five of Swords just flipped around in the deck. Five of Swords, all the fives, Leo. The Five of Swords talks about as well, we already saw it obviously underneath the Star card. There's that Five of Swords. This is, Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Five of Swords talks about it is a false victory. Someone thought that they kind of won because they got what they wanted, and in that, you know, they made the impulsive decision and they took the opportunity that they wanted, and maybe, you know, this connection was abandoned and they were like, oh yeah, but that was part of the deal. That's what I wanted, right? No. Five of Swords, no. It might have felt in that moment like, oh, I got what I wanted, but in the long view, with hindsight, this was not a victory. Can you tell me what this opportunity was that they made a snap decision about? Oh, gosh, well, The Temperance card came out in reverse with the Nine of Swords. Why? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, the plot thickens. I just asked, what was the Ace of Pentacles? So that is kind of telling me that either they did this snap decision and they went for that Ace of Pentacles that they thought was, their just desserts, if you like, and it did not turn out to be the opportunity that they thought it was going to be, that they gave this up for. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Or that, if there were two, because there's Two of Pentacles, I think is very significant, because there was one opportunity over here that they made a snap decision and went for, and then there was one decision over here that they didn't. So with this Two of Pentacles, they just couldn't have both. One of them had to be dropped, and they dropped the one which was disconnection. What did they go for instead? What was the snap decision? What did they go for instead? Okay, so the Two of Swords came out in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse when I said that. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. They didn't allow their emotions to come in as like part of the decision-making process. The Tower with the Three of Pentacles came out. Now, I mean, Three of Pentacles is that starting to build the foundation of a tower, or a Ten of Pentacles, depending on how well you build the foundation. What they were building fell apart. Like, this is why I think it was an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Anything else? All right, let's move on. Message is getting a bit jumbled. Okay, but basically that's the gist of how you're feeling about this person, is that you might feel like they sabotaged what the opportunity that the two of you had by dropping you and choosing something else. With that Six of Cups, you might feel like they are trying to, or they're going to be trying to return, or they are like they're trying to get through to you now, like to try and make up for what they did, and you're ignoring them. So moving on to how they're feeling about you, Leo, we have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups. So they feel like there has been an ending between the two of you already. That with the Queen of Swords, they feel like they disappointed you, that you were insightful about the situation, about what they were doing, that they feel like you saw through them in some way, and that you're could be a little bit cold or cutting, or like definitive with the ending. The Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords is like, not only was this very painful, almost like a sense of betrayal, how things played out, the conclusion that things came to, but also they feel like you've been through enough, or you're mature enough and the end means the end. Does that make sense? because you're not someone that are necessarily going to give them or give anyone second chances to disappoint them again. Now, that all being said, they also feel the King of Cups about you. So that is that element of not being able to take their eyes off you that I was telling you about with the Devil and the Page of Swords, with the kind of obsession of watching, because this King of Cups is a Scorpio energy for me, specifically with this card, because I have Scorpio and Venus and I know what that is like. And this King of Cups card is quite possessive and intense with their affection, and when they feel like they have found something that they do not want anyone else to come near. That can be a little bit territorial. It can be a bit, like they want, now that they've kind of found you, they don't want to lose you. They don't want to take their eyes off you, and they don't want anyone else trying to get close to you. It also tells me, obviously, that they have a lot of affection for you. They may also have this level of respect for you that if they did do something which torpedoed the connection between the two of you, but with this Queen of Swords energy that they're feeling about you, it's that, you know, you're not someone who will be disrespected and then lay down the welcome mat for them to disrespect them again. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So, anything else for how this person is feeling about Virgo? Oh, sorry, I just did Virgo. Anything else for how this person is feeling about Leo? Wow. So, the Tower came out. Sorry, this deck is tiny. Tower. That will focus. The Seven of Wands. The Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, they feel like, I just said that they torpedo the connection, correct, the Tower. And now you are defending them trying to get anywhere near you again. I mean, yeah. Either that, or that they foresee that that is what you would do. Understandably, the way they acted, that you would not be, as I was just saying, you would not be a pushover to get close to again, to like let your guard down with them again. They are waiting to talk to you, to try and rebuild, to try to kind of get you to invest in them again. Why the King of Cups? Ooh. Knight of Wands. Five of Swords in reverse. I mean, we've seen the Five of Swords a couple of times. Yeah. See, this is the thing. And they keep using the example of like someone doing an Irish exit from a party, which is like, or stopping speaking with someone. Like, this could have been someone who ghosted because they were grabbing another opportunity somewhere else and they didn't want to have to face the fact that they weren't going to follow through with something they'd started with you, Leo. But that would be the Five of Swords upright, as someone who drew the line in the sand, was like, I'm just never going to talk to Leo again, or I'm just never going to say, I'm just going to duck out without saying goodbye, basically. But that's all fine until you're like, oh crap, but I want to be invited again to the next party they have, except, oh, they might not, because I didn't even take the time to say goodbye before I left last time. Or now I might want to, you know, what I left for didn't really work out. Maybe I would like to actually see where things go with Leo. But oh wait, I just decided one day I would never message them again, kind of thing. So, all right, pretty clear. How are they viewing you, Leo? We have the Five of Pentacles, again, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Now, the fact that they're viewing you as the Five of Pentacles tells me that they may be viewed, like their perception is that they abandoned you, and you were someone who stirred up the feelings because in them. It's like, I mean, it's a bit cliched because they're feeling the King of Cups about you and they're viewing you as with this Knight of Cups energy. Either it's that they're viewing you as someone who wore your heart on your sleeve and was romantically interested in them, or obviously that's how they are viewing you, that they've got their sights set on you. But this is the Knight of Cups with the Page of Wands with the Five of Pentacles. It's like someone who went after it when they wanted it, but and then pushed it out into the cold. It's a little fickle energy. So I'm not necessarily seeing that they think you're fickle. It's more that it could be that, because it's kind of giving me more that they're aware that they like dropped this and left you to fend for yourself effectively after having some fun or starting something. Like the Page of Wands is like a spark. The Knight of Cups is those kind of romantic overtures. It's not just, it's not just smiling at someone or having a bit of a crush. It is kind of the start of a romantic situation. It's kind of like a fling kind of energy. So it might be that they're viewing you as that they treated you very carelessly, or like it was just fun in that moment. It was something that they felt like, that they were in a good mood, that they wanted to, stretch their Casanova muscles. Doesn't sound right. Practice, saying the things that you say when you're in love, and it's all that kind of young love honeymoon phase kind of feelings, like the start where you're feeling all buzzy and excited, and you don't have to really deal with any heavy questions. It's just that lovely, bubbly, light energy at the start. But then they dropped you and like slammed the door, and was like, oh, now I'm done. That was nice. That was fun. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna message Leo again or talk to Leo again. It's kind of what it's giving me. Just anything. Give me one more card on this for how they're viewing Leo. They may also be viewing you as the fact that you are now exploring dating other people. Oh my god. The Five of Pentacles came out with the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Wow. And oh my gosh. It's the same combination again that keeps. I'm trying to like find other things to tell you about this for this reading, Leo, but there's two cards from 4 different decks keep coming out together: Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles. So they're viewing you as this connection is out in the cold. Potentially, either they treated you the way I just described, that and or that because they pushed you out in the cold, that is where also they are now, like energetically, they're out in the cold from you, whilst you are exploring new options, getting back out there, messaging other people, flirting with other people, seeing where your heart takes you, open to dating other people, basically. So what is their current situation? We have the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Cups. I mean, Leo. This is giving me that their situation is all about satisfaction for them. what's the phrase? Indulgence slash gratification, basically. I mean, the Nine of Cups is a very like it's quite lusty in this deck that's come out from. It's again, it's quite like it's quite like summer love, like fling kind of energy, or it's very it's just enjoying pleasure, basically. It's a card of pleasure. There we go. God, my brain. So whether that's just, enjoying good food, good drink, good weather, lying outside, having picnics, enjoying someone else, having like physical interactions with people, whatever. It's just whatever feels good, basically. Eight of Wands is also that kind of messaging, feeling excited to pick up the momentum and go with it, with the messages and that kind of thing. But then it's combined with this Four of Cups, which is, this is someone looking at the good times, but there's not much integrity to the pleasure that they are focusing on. There's not much depth to it, basically. It's not like the connections this person is, that in their situation, it may well be multiple people that they're doing all of that with, whatever. But whether it's one person or multiple people, there's no real depth to those connections. It's just what feels good in the moment. It's instant gratification, effectively, rather than anything that is serious, or it's like what is going on right now might not hold much long-term value or worth or depth, but that is what they're focused on, rather than anything that has more authenticity or sincerity. It's just like whatever's shiny is what they're giving their focus to. But this Four of Cups card, it is, even though this person looks pretty content with focusing on that kind of stuff, the superficial, sorry. Although they look pretty content in focusing on that right now, there is an emptiness to this Four of Cups energy that kind of, it means that I'm kind of side-eyeing this Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, that they're enjoying the pleasures of life and just doing whatever they want and having a jolly old time with that combination, because it's combined with this emptiness, which does get old, and it does turn into apathy and discontentment, but on like a soul level. So that's basically what they've got going on in their situation. So the action that this person's, which makes a lot of sense from what I can now see, the action this person's most likely going to be taking towards you next, Leo, if any action, we've got the Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Now you see how from the first deck had a direct regression from their situation right now. Is that instant gratification, having a jolly old time with the Nine of Cups. Where does that lead them? To this, to the Eight of Cups, a step backwards. And also, I was just talking about how there's this emptiness to what they've got going on, or what they're giving their focus to. When we look at the next placement of the action, in terms of looking forward, they're surrounded by, it's like the end, it's like they stayed too long at the end of a party, basically. The party had already peaked, everyone's kind of going to bed or going home or etc. And this person is still 5 a.m. being like, come on guys, let's just keep partying, metaphorically. But they're sat there, there's what I was just saying about the apathy, the discontentment, the emptiness. This feels like a kind of someone who right now is focusing on hollow interactions that feel good. And what we see in the action that they might take towards you next is realizing where they're at, of that this is just that they're alone. And not just, there's nothing wrong with being alone, but they're not just alone, but they're surrounded by an emotionally unfulfilling lifestyle. So combined with that is this Three of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, as I said. It feels like they have, in terms of an action, is more on their side. I don't necessarily see them taking much action towards you here, Leo, because they are starting to get that awareness I just described. There's that element of needing to make plans for their life and maybe getting advice from other people about, with that Three of Pentacles, on how to work on themselves or how to grow from there, how to get themselves into a better situation in the future. But Four of Swords here is that gagging themselves. It's still silence. It's still not speaking up. This might be that they're aware they're in an empty, hollow situation or an emotionally unfulfilling situation, but it might be that they are staying there because they feel like they will benefit in some way, like whoever is at these parties, for example. It's just a metaphor, it doesn't have to literally be parties. It could just be the lifestyle that they're living could be hollow, but it could mean that they know people or that they're connected to people who they think are going to help them, maybe monetarily, maybe career, maybe they're thinking very tangible, what these people can help me achieve for the future. Meanwhile, they're not speaking. They're not speaking their truth because they feel like that would destabilize what they're trying to work towards. I don't know. This kind of feels like someone who dropped the connection that was being offered to them with you, Leo, to grab another opportunity, which is turning out to be quite hollow, but they're still kind of holding on to it because they feel like the opportunity that they grabbed will eventually pay off for them. Is kind of what I'm getting. Anything else you can tell me about any action they're going to take towards Leo in the near future? Five of Cups. Look quite similar, don't they? Five of Cups and that Eight of Cups. Why? I mean, that I feel like they are going to be quite disappointed, and that emptiness. I was just saying about how this Four of Cups, it's all fun and games now, but it leads to that sense of emptiness and apathy and discontentment. Anything else? Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles upright, and Justice. Okay, what is this? What's the Six of Pentacles? Six of Cups. Basically, their action, I don't actually see much action, I've got to be honest, Leo, and I'm not going to tell you that they're going to do something if I'm not seeing it in the cards. Basically, what I'm seeing is that they are realizing, as I've already said, where they're at, not emotionally fulfilling. In fact, it goes beyond that. It goes to the point of they're actually quite unhappy. But also, this is kind of what they got. This is kind of what they signed up for. I don't want to sound harsh, any cross-watchers, if that's, not what you want to hear, then it just might not be your reading. If you, it might not be for your reading, so there's no need to thumbs down if you hear something you don't want to hear, because it might just not be for you. And also, tarot is not about just telling people what they want to hear. That would be enabling. So, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Pentacles, Justice, and the Six of Cups. Their action is they feel unable to communicate with you, Leo, either because you're ignoring them, blocking them, or they feel like they can't because they have to keep towing the line of whatever they chose over you. But the fact is they're gutted by where they're at. And why is because they had the golden opportunity. They did a runner on it instead of giving equally to it with the Six of Pentacles. It's the justice here is that they now are on the out, missing, thinking about the past, full of remorse for what they could have had. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles in this case, sadly. So what's going to be happening going forward here, I would say the next few weeks, the next month from when you come across this reading, but it's going to be different for everyone. Between you and this person is what I would normally say. So let's see what's going to be happening, Leo. We have the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So the Emperor is Aries Major Arcana, the Hanged Man is Pisces. So it's interesting because the Emperor obviously is the divine masculine. It's someone who is serious and an important person in either an important person in your life, Leo, or it could be that you or this person, let's say potentially, I'll clarify in a sec, are getting themselves into Emperor status, which is epic. The Emperor can be a female in real life, doesn't have to be a male, but it's just that energy of very commanding, very mature, reliable, someone that people look up to, respect. There's a lot of self-respect involved as well. There's a lot of lessons that are learned. It's very high frequency energy of stability and kindness. The Emperor is certainly a strong leader, but it's not a tyrant. It's someone who uses their power responsibly. So it's awesome. The Emperor is fantastic. The Ten of Cups is also a lot of happiness here as well. But the Hanged Man is the Hanged Man talks about things either being like lessons that have been learned from experiencing a different, gaining a new perspective on the world. This could be talking about the fact that this person has had a taste of the life that they thought was the priority. It turned out to be hollow. It could well be that has flipped their perception about what is important to them with the Ten of Cups, what represents their happiness. Because I've just been talking about how, Nine of Cups, great, Four of Cups, great, until it's not, until you're in that emotionally unfulfilling, remorseful place. And now in the outcome position here, we have the Ten of Cups, which is about that long lasting. It's far more meaningful and fulfilling emotionally. So let me just clarify. Let's use this one. What's going on here in the outcome? Now, whether that could also be saying that you're meeting someone else, Leo, who's represented here by this Emperor, after kind of being, having lessons as well, and learning from this experience you had with this person, being like your romantic life kind of being put on pause or delayed, like sidetracked by this experience with this person, but it's also giving you the awareness of what a real divine masculine really shows up as. Could be that as well. So let's see. Tell me about this. Why the Emperor, please? Three of Pentacles, and it landed right on top of the Hanged Man. Now it's interesting because the Three of Pentacles is in this person who's come through in this reading. It's in the action that they're going to take next. So it may well be that, it might be that they are actually getting advice next about getting their life together and maybe rebuilding from the ground up, because whatever choice they made The path that they did go down, it did not pan out for them. It wasn't emotionally fulfilling, so they might be getting advice on beginning again, maybe even with their stability, or with themselves, like maybe just rebuilding themselves in a healthier way, or a more, like someone that they can be proud of to be. Tell me more. Or this could be you building with somebody else. Let's see, what is this? The outcome. Two of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. Wheel of Fortune. Three of Cups with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. So why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Page of Cups. That is an apology. If this person was in denial about how they, or either not in denial but just completely avoidant of how they treated you, Leo, like I said, they just don't want to have to face up to your feelings about the situation, or what they did, or what they tried to do it in such a way to avoid the responsibility of their actions. But this feels like... Tell me about this. Is this person who's been coming through in this reading? So the Six of Wands came out. I think that tried to jump out at the very start when I was shuffling one of the decks. And with the Death card, Four of Wands. Holy moly. I mean... Everything that's coming out here, Leo, is extremely positive. It's talking about someone is no longer trying to deny, either trying to deny what they did and not deal with it and not face up to it, not take accountability for it. It's not that anymore, because there's the Death and the Wheel of Fortune both coming out. This is a major turnaround. This is success, and bearing in mind the flipping Five of Wands that we saw about 10 times and throughout this reading, about the two of you, this connection is at like being in a very crappy place. And then here we have Six of Wands, which does talk about victory after a very long struggle, or things being very challenging for a very long time. Now with the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups, this does talk about coming back together in a positive way, a bit of reconciliation energy here. Like, it might even be, can we be friends again? Like, at least can we just be friends? Can we salvage a friendship here? So why the Emperor, though? But then there's that Four of Wands, which talks more about a union, like building something together. Tell me about this Emperor. The Emperor also takes responsibility for their actions. Wow. Oh. A few cards came out there. In particular, I want to show you, I just got to cover her up a bit. The Ten of Wands came out in reverse with the World card. So this Ten of Wands, you can see this is someone heavily burdened, and it is a little bit of martyrdom as well. Someone maybe focusing on the weight of feeling bad rather than doing anything about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm sure they feel bad, but I'm sure Leo feels even worse. Do you know what I mean? So priorities, but there is also an element of a lot of weight and burden here being released. There's a completion energy with the World card as well. So, but is this someone new, or is this person sorting their life out? Well, we've got the King of Wands, who came out as I said that. I think this is the same person who's, honestly, I haven't seen anything about like a new start as such with like someone brand new. The King of Wands is, of course, your energy, Leo. It's Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but also at the bottom of the deck is the Devil, which is Capricorn's major arcana, but I did get the sense that whatever this person has been up to, they have still been obsessively thinking or addicted to checking in and seeing what you're up to. So I feel like this is, and underneath the Devil is the Five of Cups, someone who can't, hasn't been able to take their eyes off you ever since, but has also carried that guilt and that remorse for how things played out between the two of you. So yes, I believe it is the same person. I can't say this is going to be, obviously, this, like, the intention of this reading that I'm putting out when I'm doing it is what's going to be happening in the next month-ish. But I can't say it's going to happen very fast, because this feels like this person, this is a result of maybe them seeing like where they're at from through a different lens, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, Mercury retrograde is still going on when I'm recording this reading. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So it's kind of someone rebuilding themselves from the ground up, which takes time. And bearing in mind their current situation, is that instant gratification and just all about having a good time and the pleasure, even if it's hollow. So honestly, I think this is going to take time, Leo, because this person, they have to acknowledge where they're at isn't emotionally fulfilling. Then they're going to need to start building on themselves. I feel like they're not going to be communicating with that Four of Swords in the action. They're not going to be reaching out to you until they have rebuilt themselves. Does that make sense? It's like they don't want to come to you halfway through their efforts to actually get their life back on track or sort themselves out or become someone that they can be proud of and that you can be proud of and like you can rely on. They don't want to come to you halfway. They're only going to be coming towards you when they get to the Emperor level, which is admirable in its own way. So that's what I've got for you this time, Leo. I really hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it resonated, or at least part of it did anyway. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already, and if you'd like to subscribe, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If it did resonate or you enjoyed it, leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my very best, my wonderful Leos. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.